just give this a thought. You're sitting out here, this is an air-conditioned space, but at this point in time, in Sudan, for example, there are 30,000 people who've already become refugees, who had to leave their country, have been displaced because, well, there's conflict going on. And it's not just Sudan. In Pakistan, when there were floods, it was a similar crisis. Ukraine, we all know about what's going on there. Ukraine's got an entire ministry behind trying to help their refugees through crypto, by the way. And that's what we're talking about. And if there is an authority on this, there is the United Nations High Commissioner of Refugees. And we have with us Carmen Het. We really do appreciate you coming on. You're the corporate treasurer. It's great to have you on the show.
Yes, great to be here. Great to be at Consensus. So I have great news to tell you, of course.
Yeah, I want to get to that. But first, I just want to understand one thing. When the UN has to, or the UNHCR has to try to get a decision made about sending crypto, literally crypto, to refugees on the ground, in their phones, in their bank accounts, who gets to that this crisis deserves that attention and that action?
Yeah. So I think first we need to understand there are a lot of people on the move. So we were talking about Sudan, the acute crisis right now. But we have 100+ million people on the move. So we need solutions to provide cash assistance to these people directly in a very speedy way, and obviously that we have traceability and accountability. So when we make these decisions, it's also based how we can access the financial ecosystem in that particular country. So what is important to us is not hypothetically which technology we would use. We need to use a technology that gets the transfer value direct to the people that need it there and then. So the decisions are taken obviously by somebody like me. I'm the corporate treasurer, so I had to make sure that the donor money that is entrusted to UNHCR actually reaches the person in need.
Yeah, but that's the responsibility on you. But at the time of the decision, you're literally the person who's deciding that this is a country, this is a crisis that needs the money, and we're going to start the process as long as we can be accountable for the process, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. How do you work with or not work with governments and regulators while you're trying to get this money to the refugees?
Yes. Of course, we are in compliance with the regulatory body in that particular country. In general, we are delivering USDC in our use case. So when we're talking about crypto, we need to understand it's a digital currency, USDC from Circle, on the Stellar blockchain, and the cash out is executed through the wallet by MoneyGram. So the key is the KYC and the central bank. So we have discussions directly with the central bank that we're actually coming in with US dollars, USDC, that is converted into fiat. So what is key here, the value creation, is to have a bridge between digital and fiat.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Tell us a little bit more about that bridge. How do people actually get the crypto into fiat so that they can use it?
Yes. So you'll be pleased to know that once we decide who gets what, it will take about 2 minutes for that person to receive the money. So it's UNHCR ourselves that actually executing the instructions directly from with our instructions. We're not depending on anyone else. So
this is a pilot.
This is a pilot. So this is a pilot that is completely implemented. So please note that. The key is we send instructions. Within 2 minutes, the wallet basically receives the app, is activated on that wallet of that phone number. The person needs to identify themselves with a coding of the phone number, so it's a dual authentication. And then date of birth and the amount will appear. So it's extremely fast, and at that point then, after 2 minutes, they will make a decision that they go to the next cash out location, which is also enabled to look at where is my next cash out location. Also to say that it is also encashable by the unbanked, so you don't need a bank account, but if you do have a bank account, you can also transfer it onto your bank account from that app. So the design of that particular app, a lot of work went into this, that it is actually applicable to the people on the ground, because we are not here testing, of course, with people the most vulnerable. They need to get their money.
So give me an example, because UNHCR actually won an award for your use of blockchain solutions for refugees in the displaced area of Ukraine, for example.
Yes.
How did that happen? Just if you could briefly just tell us how you were able to successfully implement this in Ukraine.
Yeah. So it took us 9 months to implement this solution. A lot of design features have been brought into from the off-ramp, from the on-ramp to the off-ramp. In the middle you have the blockchain basically transporting the value. So it's an operating system. And to make sure that it is actually encashable, I think that's where the design features actually need to be successful, is that it can be encashed in that country without any issues whatsoever. So the key is we are not in the business of 80% delivery, we are in the business of 100% delivery.
Yeah,
So,
the UN is very careful about any kind of potential allegations around corruption. So you have to be that much more careful when you're starting this kind of process and making sure that if you are helping refugees, the money is actually getting there. We
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. That was UNHCR Corporate Treasurer Carmen
Thank you.
Held. Much appreciated you coming on, talking to us about this.